Yeah, roger that. Well, the amp is definitely on my wish list. Man, it's hard to find one that isn't expensive. I'd like to get one of them 811s. They're just expensive. And I'm kind of leery on buying used stuff unless I buy it off somebody I know. Especially with amps. I don't know. I would just feel more comfortable buying something new.
VA3KBC, for that gentleman that I don't remember your call, but I am live streaming now, so there's a link from my QRZ page. You can go and you can hear what you sound like and look at your signal strength for yourself.
What's the call sign again?
Victor Alpha 3 Kilo Bravo Charlie.
Okay, roger that.
DJ, that's Brian. I think he was in there just a little while ago.
Yeah, I realized that, but I couldn't remember his call or his name.
Okay, all right.
KC8, KTN. Yeah, it's a friend of David's. They got their license about the same time, I think. But David, he lives right down the road from David, probably 3 miles or so.
I remember that.
Speaking of David, where's he at tonight, Don?
Well, you know how these old men are. They can't take a good day where they have to stay busy all day.
No, maybe he's taking a nap.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah, he'll take a nap and he'll probably be on till about midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning tonight.
Well, I don't think he's going to do too much of that. He goes back to work Monday.
Yeah. Well, we got our second shift that comes in around that time, though.
Yeah. Got to keep it going.
What's Brian's call again?
Kilo Charlie 8, Tango Yankee, Kilo Charlie 8, Kilo Tango November. Now I got it wrong again. Let me see here. It's Whiskey Bravo 8, Tango Yankee Delta.
Okay, Whiskey Bravo 8, Tango Yankee Delta.
Roger.
Okay, Brian.
In
Cincinnati, Ohio, and I think that's where I said we're 300 miles separation.
WKRP in Cincinnati. I don't know if you remember that sitcom.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Lonnie Anderson?
Oh, yeah.
When I lived in the Hamilton County, Cincinnati area, of course, I never lived in Cincinnati proper, but I always said I lived 45 miles south of Dayton. I didn't want nobody to know I was from Cincinnati.
Okay, Brian, go ahead and talk a little bit. If you got the stream up, go ahead and talk a little bit. There's about a 3 to 5 second delay.
Yeah, I'm watching it right now. It's pretty cool. This is really neat watching my...
What happened here? Okay, we're back.
All right, where was you at? I didn't know you left.
Yeah, it shut itself off, so I had to start it back up again.
Darn things, this stuff shuts down on its own. It must have a mind of its own sometimes.
Yeah, I never did that before. Unless I click something with the mouse the wrong way, but no, it's up above there, and where I was, it was down below here, so oh well, no worries, it's back.
I figured Art would be getting on by now, but I know he was going to call Richard. They were going to work on his rack gear or something, they said.
And that's probably what they're doing. I hadn't heard Richard either, so that's a good deal.
Yeah, get her squared away.
Just noticing the band's pretty quiet up on this end here.
Yeah, more so than it's been, DJ. I'll tell you what, there a few nights ago, that noise on here was horrific. I mean, if I had to sit here and listen to that, well, I didn't. I think that's when 40 was open, we went on 40.
Roger.
Well, you got the storms out of the area, or at least we do. We don't have them for probably next week.
But even just signals, I'm gonna let me scan here. I'm gonna scan 80 meters, and I'll be right back. I'll leave the stream going, and then you guys can see what's going on if anybody's watching.
All right, come on back.
What? You might hang around for the plays.
Hey, man. My dog will look straight up in the air at the geese and chase them, too. All the way out to the lagoon and back. And
You know what I'm saying?
It's hilarious.
Yeah, it's every night.
Viking.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Yeah, not a lot of action on 75, 80 meters here.
Yeah, probably everybody getting ready for the holidays, I guess.
Which reminds me, I got to take that spiral cut ham out of the deep freeze and take it upstairs when I'm done here.
I'll tell you what, boy, that spiral cuts, that ham, it went way up in price also.
Yeah, one was 27. I think the bigger one was 32. But that'll give us, one of them will give us, 2-3 meals.
Let's see if I got it here.
Running a Yazoo 710 at the moment.
You say it's the Yazoo?
Yeah, Yazoo, however you pronounce it. That is what I'm running, is 710. I traded it for I traded a trailer for this radio last weekend. The radio is brand new, and I got a monitor and a speaker with it.
Oh, great. Yeah, I got the FTDX10. I sold the SDR. Of course, this is the SDR, but I got the FTDX10. That's a good little radio. I can get together one of these days, and I can give you some audio settings from this one. Of course, are you running a hand mic or what?
Yeah, I'm running a stock hand mic. I'm going to be getting a desk mic for it.
Up on your trip and trying to get back into it, though.
Salary and my time setting up new equipment and
Buenas noches a todos.
engineering standpoint, and then
alegra que todo esté bien y y sigue interrogando.
Mike Victor, 59, big audio, big signal. How you doing?
K1WI off the top.
Whiskey Bravo 8, Tango, Yankee Delta.
Victor Alpha 3 Kilo Bravo Charlie.
Whiskey 3 Delta Echo Papa.
Oh, I hear somebody way out there.
Did the band just get real noisy for everybody else, or just me?
Quiet here. All quiet on the Western Front.
What kind of noise level you got there, Brian?
Yeah, I got a 9.
Yeah, I'm around about an S7. Yes, it could be the area. I wouldn't think too much about it. Of course, there's a lot of filtering and stuff that you can turn on to cut some of that out of there. But if your meter's up to about an S9, David runs that quite a bit where he's at on the 7300. He gets quite a bit of noise.
Well, I just switched over to my G5 RV, and I don't know if you guys can tell the difference or not. That drops it down to an S5.
Yeah, there again, it could be the antenna too, but no, it still sounds about the same.
Well, they're both up in the same tree, but the MK2 is up much higher. This one here is up at almost 50 feet, and the other one's at least 80 feet. If I would have had more patience, I could have took it down again and probably shot it up over the tree one more time, but I didn't. I was out of fishing line, and that was it. That's where it's at. So, yeah, it seems to be working. I'm getting good signal reports, and I switched out. I had a RG8 run off of it just to temporarily, and I think that had a lot to do with my problems. And I switched it. I put LMR 400 on it today, and then I wrapped took about 8 wraps, put a choke on it, and then I ran it in here to the shack. I mean, that made a world of difference right there.
You've been peaking 15 over, Brian.
Okay, well, I'm on my G5 RV now. Let me switch back over to that MK. Okay, now I'm on the MK. That might sound a little different. I don't know.
It's weaker to me on that one.
Yeah, it's stronger to me on the NFED, but his audio went down, and the G5 RV might have been stronger to you than he is me there, but it was only about an S9.
Yeah, he's stronger with the G5 RV.
Huh, that's weird. Well, I guess, I don't know. The G5 RV isn't as high, but it's a center fed, we know it's G5 RV center fed. I guess that makes a difference. I don't know.
Now, how do you got your G5 RV? Do you got it, like an inverted V, or how do you have it?
Yeah, it's at an inverted V, and like I said, it's up at about 45 feet, and the ladder line comes straight down, and I have the coax runs over to my garage, and I got 75 feet of LMR 400 on that, and it runs over to the garage, and then goes over the garage, over to the house, along the wires, up into the window, yada yada.
Yeah.
No, you can take like off of your ladder line, where your coax screws onto the ladder line. You can take a small clamp and put around the outside knuckle, the shield part of it, and you can put a clamp on there and a piece of wire, and then drive a ground rod into the ground and connect that wire to it. That might help you out too.
Your NFED is more of a compromised antenna as well, so the G5 RV will be more efficient.
Okay, yeah, roger that. On the G5 RV, I do have it grounded where I have a jumper where it goes from the ladder line over to the coax. I've got a lightning arrest there, and it goes, I have a ground wire going into the ground there.
Okay, yeah, that's, a lot of people don't do that, but that helps you out.
Okay, well, I'm back. Yeah, G5 RV now.
I think the band's going away or something.
Yeah, this band's fluctuating tonight.
It pivoted a little bit.
I see signals down below getting stronger.
We might have to get down there and talk, DJ.
It's crowded.
Yeah, I know, I'm joking.
guys were talking about Neapolitan ice cream before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a Neapolitan fan. I love my vanilla. Chocolate's okay, but I love my vanilla, and the other one is buttered almond.
Yeah, my wife eats the Neapolitan. She's never heard it called Stinky before.
Called what?
Stinky. I guess you guys have never heard of that.
No.
No, I never heard of it. I'm sitting here scratching my head. I never heard that terminology. So, Dwayne, are you done playing antennas? Are you thinking about another project, or are you done?
Right now, I'm content. I do have a 1-to-1 up there with some wire hanging down. I might play around with that. I don't know what band I'm going to use it on, but that's what I can play around with when I get bored.
Do you ever think about doing like a receive antenna and then just have the transmit antenna? Do you ever think about doing that?
I have. I was thinking about connecting to that fence that's right beside my house and connecting to it to see what I could do with that.
I got a guy building me a receive loop, but he's trying to find the right parts and combinations. When I get that, I'm going to try it.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, Nate from West Virginia, he sent me a box of parts to do that, exactly what you're talking about, Dawn. I think it's a 30 by 30 by 30 by 30 square. And you actually put it in the ground. You cover it up. And that's the receive antenna. And he swore by that thing.
Yeah, I got the parts for that. You know, the little cores, but I can't get it by looking at the pictures. I can't get it in my mind how it goes together.
Yeah, I built my cores and stuff. I think it's like a 6-to-1 wrap or something. I can't remember now. But I get the box in there, and I did my own cores and stuff. And the wire is really thin. It's just a receive antenna. It almost looks like the wire off of a transformer, a real small transformer, that copper-clad wire or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Nate swore by that thing. He says it's the best receive antenna he ever had.
Yeah, I can't go 30 by 30, but I could probably go 15 by 15.
Yeah, it'd probably still work. I guess you might have to, build a transformer, for that 15 by 15. I think mine's 30 by 30 by 30 by 30. I think that's what it is. I'd have to look in there. I got to the box that he sent me, and I did do the transformers, but I never put it out to try. And K1WI also sent.
I like KYX.
W3DP.
WBATYD.
BA3KBC, even though I don't have to.
You're such a good sport, Dwayne, or DJ.
How's that?
Give me your call when you don't have to, just to make us feel good.
Oh, well, I try.
Like he's in our country.
K8 KPU.
Speaking of the devil, good evening, Dave.
Evening, Dave.
Good evening, Dave.
Good evening, Dave.
Hey, Dave, your dad was bad mafia. He said you're probably sleeping and slobbering all over yourself.
And Brian's in there, Dave.
Good evening, Brian. Good to hear you back in there. I lost you the other night when you were in there.
Yeah, I'm playing around with these antennas, and I finally got the MFID working, so I figured I'd jump in here tonight and see how she's running.
That's good. Everything's working good for you then.
Yeah, everything seems to be working okay. So I think I'll leave well enough alone. I like it right where it's at. Man, thing works really well on 20 meters.
I'll tell you one thing for sure. There's people right here that's probably in here tonight that will definitely tell you, right or wrong.
Yeah, we get our whip out, Dave, and give him a whipping.
Be right back, guys.
Well, I meant that in a good way. Everybody on here helps everybody out. Just, even if something's wrong, they won't lie. They'll tell you if something ain't right, and you get it fixed right.
Well, that's I meant it in a good way. We'll whip them into shape the good way.
That's what I need.
Oh, and Dave, I'm live streaming too.
Oh, okay. I'll see if I can get on here. I'm looking up, you gotta get some deck stain, so I'm looking for best price for deck stain.
Well, we're down to 39 degrees. What are you showing up your way, DJ?
42.
Wow.
We're at 49.
75 in the shack.
75 in my shack, and it's set by my amp, so I'd knock a few degrees off of it.
I'm 69 in mine right now, but probably another 15 minutes. Old Bessie will warm up here, and I'll probably be about 80 degrees.
Yeah, a few more minutes, and I think I'm going to call it a night. I've been yawning like crazy. You guys are so damn boring. We had so much excitement before, Bill, it tuckered me out.
Oh, I knew you were steaming. I'll tell you what, I could see the smoke on my Spectrum display from your head.
I was pissed off. That guy was a complete idiot. Just to say the things he does and to believe the things, he's just a plain stupid idiot.
Well, you seen I took it a little bit. I was trying to be nice about it, and you have to get ugly.
I'm not nice about it anymore because these people are just stupid. And if they can't understand that, then that's their idiotic problem. But I tell it like it is, and that guy was just plain stupid. There's ignorant and stupid. Ignorant you can educate. Stupid is forever, and he was stupid.
Oh, I agree. I told him you're in the wrong area, buddy. You need to leave.
Yeah, the sky's blue. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. No. Oh, I tell you, people like that. Dominic should have been in here. Dominic would have taken the baseball bat to that asshole.
Dominic would have had a heart attack.
Yes, best maybe he wasn't in there.
Oh, and these people walk amongst us.
DJ, I could see the veins sticking out your neck.
Yeah, that's why I tell everybody, I don't care what anybody does. I'm in survival mode.
Well, the temperature was 70 degrees in the shack, and it went to 75 very quickly.
Well, you know what, DJ? I'm glad you're who you are, because you're just like us in United States. You're going through the same shit up there, and you know what it's all about. So, we all think alike, pretty much so. Not on everything, but we're pretty, birds of a feather flock together, I guess I want to say.
Well, we're worse off when we have a Marxist, communist, dictatorship-loving tyrant in Trudeau and Freeland, and then Jagmeet Singh is propping him up with the NDP. And then, of course, the media is so corrupt and crooked, getting $600 million from the Liberal government, and they'll say everything that Trudeau wants them to say. It is utterly disgusting what goes on in this country, and yours as well, but Canada's even getting worse. It's I love my country. I hate my government, both federally and provincially. What they've done with the lockdowns and the mandates and everything, businesses failing, people committing suicide, people losing their jobs. It's just plain disgusting what these assholes have done to us.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, yins are getting close to like a dictatorship there, and that's bad. We got a little ways to go yet, but they're trying.
Well, these guys are Nazi and they're communistic as well. They're tyrants, and I don't apologize for saying that because that is my true belief, and that's my opinion.
Well, our country's under attack every day. Hundreds of thousands of migrants is flooding the country, and you think they care about the Constitution or patriotism or anything like that? Well, once they get a whole bunch of them guys in here, it'll be a piece of cake to just overthrow the country. It'll be easy.
Well, the problem is there's too many dumbed down people. In Canada here, they have these programs, Big Brother Canada, Canada's Worst Driver, and then they have all these entertainment shows, programming and that on the CBC and CTV that just dumb down Canadians. People don't pay attention to what's going on around them politically in their municipality, in their provincial government, in their federal, but they know all about the hockey scores and all the players and baseball and football and that. They can recite all the numbers and that, and that's all they care about. They're too stupid to really care about what's going on in the country. So this is why the country's ended up where it's at.
Well, one thing I can tell you, DJ, I think that guy, he said his piece, but then I think he knew he'd just come into a swarm or hopefully like a hornet's nest. I think he wanted to get out pretty fast.
Well, Bill, over the 10 years that I've been a ham, I've listened to a lot of guys, and I've heard more and more guys that claim to be Democrats switched over to Republican and we're going to vote for Trump because they hated of what the Democrat Party was doing and where the country was going with Obama and that. And it's opened up my eyes to people that really there is more positive and conservative, whether Republicans or independents, but more conservative-minded people, and it's just the media that's crooked and brainwashing, these people that don't pay attention. As I said, the media is not in the business of information. They're in the business of influencing opinion, and that's the problem. People will just get a little 15-minute blurb on the radio or a little headline, and that's what they believe. They don't know the whole story. And a lot of these stories are convoluted. They're not actual true investigative journalism, and it's just a pattern of what they've been doing for years. As I mentioned before, the media has been like that forever. We watched on with the Fire Stick we have different programming. We subscribe to Discovery Plus, and in Discovery Plus there's also American Heritage Channel, AHC, and they had a series on there, Gunslingers, about Wyatt Earp, Billy the Kid, Pat Masterson, and all that, from back in the day, late 1800s. And Billy the Kid, and what was the other one now? I can't remember the other one. But anyhow, a lot of their Billy the Kid, for an example, it was circumstance that drove him to do what he did. But the reporters were writing stories about him robbing this bank, doing this, killing these people, doing this robbery that he never ever did. He was not even in any of those areas in those counties and that. And I said to Carol, look at how the media was back then. They were writing false stories even back then as they do today. So that's why I detest the media. I had on the farm, I had the media come out because we had this no-till drill. It was new that we started using, and a lot of farmers were starting to go into the no-till rather than plowing and cultivating that. So I explained everything, how it worked, of the principle, why we were doing it and that. And when the paper came out and read the article, and I'm thinking, that's not what I said. He didn't even write anything that I told him. And I had other farmers saying, Jesus, Stefanik, what the hell's the matter with you? That was a stupid article that you had written about you there. And I said, I told him all the correct things. He did not write anything down correctly. And the article that he reported on was total fabrication. So it pissed me off. And I've never had trust of any of the media since. VA3 KBC.
Well, I bet. I mean, you tell him the one thing, and he writes totally the opposite, making you look bad. So, boy, I can understand that. K1WI Alpha 20.
Well, how do they even, they're jotting things down, and then they have to write from that, So I just have no respect for the media. In Canada, we have Rebel News, which has been very good. They are good reporting, investigative, and do a lot of good stories. But that's one out of hundreds probably. But CBC, CTV, and Global are your legacy media, and that's what people will follow. But they do not report correctly, and especially when we had the trucker convoy here come into Ottawa, the stories that they were writing and the falsehoods was just sickening. My cousin was up there. Viva Frey was there videoing every weekend for 3-4 hours, talking to people. And what the media was reporting and what was actually happening on the ground was a 180-degree turn. And it's just sickening what those bastards did and how they falsely reported the stories. Trudeau should have went out to talk to these people, the truckers, and all the people that came from across the country there to demonstrate and want the mandates dropped. But the weasel was hiding in his cottage. He was too afraid. So, there's another useless prick that we have for a prime minister. VA3 KBC.
J8TTU, I'll be right back.
Sorry, back.
KTN listening.
Yeah, DJ. Yeah, we're not quite as bad as you are up in Canada, but it's getting here. Hey, I'm gonna step away from a couple minutes here, and I'll be right back. Kilo 1 Whiskey India Lima.
Who's the KGN?
I listen to a lot of conservative talk shows, and I've seen a pattern. They're pushing fear. All these talk shows are pushing fear.
Hey, yes, they are.
Amps warming up, and I'll be back.
Can I recall right? Kilo Charlie 8, Kilo Golf November.
No, it's Kilo Tango November. Kilo Tango November.
I'm sorry.
I heard you, Don.
No problem. Yeah, I'm 60. I'm almost 63, and I've been listening to the conservative side for many years, and I've noticed it's like join our team so you can hate the other team, and the Democrats say join our team so you can hate the other team. There's so much hate in between both sides. There's no middle ground. It's you either got to join one team or the other, and then your main objective when you join whichever team you join, whichever side you decide to pick, you got to hate the other team right out the box. And wow, what? How do you compromise, or how do you meet with anybody or have a discussion when right off the bat you got to hate them?
It's because the media has indoctrinated them, and the schools and the colleges. That's what's happened. And welcome, Dominic. You've been missing in action. VA3 KBC. Go ahead, Dom.
Prior to Kennedy, real Democrats and Republicans could have a difference of opinion along the same lines. But, it's so radical now between the two. I don't necessarily hate them. I feel sorry for them because they're so brainwashed and don't know any better. But, it's just the way it is. And that's society. That's people being brainwashed. by some of these outfits that, you know, they promised this and that. I mean, look at the ethnic groups that they crapped over, and they're still for them because they still lie to them. It's pathetic.
You know, and history tends to repeat itself. It's just we have the only thing different in the now versus the past history is our technology, but it's pretty much the same thing. Woodrow Wilson, just before World War I, they were really clamping down on any dissent or any different opinion. They were locking people up and putting them in prison.
Well, yeah, you know, that happens during war, it shouldn't, but it does. You know, I've seen a lot over the years. I'm 77, and I've seen Kennedy get shot. I didn't see it, but I've witnessed the media. You know, we had media back then that could tell you the truth, the way it happened, and now they exaggerated so much they got people believing stuff that's not really true. And I don't have a regular cable channel on my TV because I refuse to watch it. I do watch Fox News, and I'm a little skeptical sometimes at that. But and I also watch CNN just to see how stupid people are. It's not. You know, generally the Democrats and the Republicans years ago, 40s, 50s, 60s, they were pretty much on the same level with just different opinions. And that was okay. You know, different ideas is good sometimes. But it's so radical now between the two. It's just unreal.
Exactly. You couldn't have said it. I couldn't have said it any better. It's just, there's nothing wrong with different opinions. You have different opinions in your family. Even just between myself and my wife, we have different opinions on things, but at least we kind of meet in the middle. And but now I just noticed that join our team so you can hate the other team, and the other team is the same mantra. So you never can meet in the middle. You never can agree on anything because there's so much hate.
Well, I think you're maybe
In here in a little bit. Can you guys wrap it up?
Yeah, I think you're kind of looking at it maybe at a jaundiced way. I don't look at it that way. I look at it more at information. Anyhow, Dominic, you can take over here the second shift. I'm going to shut the stream off here at 9:30 and go up and watch some TV with the wife. So I have been live streaming this whole time. So I'll see if tomorrow if YouTube has censored me or shut me down, but I don't really care. VA3KBC at the bottom of the hour. I'm going to be ending this stream.
All right. See you later, DJ. Have a good day. Say 1WIL. I'm back in there. Hey, DJ, have a good evening.
UID 73.
Good. Have a good
73
evening.
DJ. Have a good evening.
Happy Easter, and God bless.
And have a good night, DJ. Brian, did you say